5 childcare business components you need to start, expand, or automate your childcare business. So for anyone who is new here, my name is Ashley Benz. I'm the founder and creator of Ashley Benz Consulting and Childcare Business Executive Tools. I am the #1 childcare consultant that empowers childcare owners to be able to have a great work-life balance while building their business. So yes, we can have it all. I am a big believer that, I can build a business, but I also can sleep at night. I can get my rest. I can eat properly. I can exercise. I can spend time with my family. I am the #1 childcare business consultant that empowers owners to do that. Okay. I do this by specializing in helping owners create ecosystems and automation. So that is my specialty. I know we talked a little bit about this last week in regards to you have what's called a generalist, and then you have a specialist. So I am a specialist, if that's coming off right. I feel like that word is not sounding right to me. And so anyway, my mission is to provide solutions to you that help alleviate you from having to be on site for your center or school to run while your school runs effectively without you. So you can do these 2 things. #1, you can build the business of your dreams. Okay. So if you want to build that business to be a multi-million dollar company, we can do all those things. You might not even want that. You just might want this to be something that just, pays the bills and, and something that allows you to be able to work for yourself. But whatever that dream is, okay, I want to help you build the business of your dreams and have harmony between work and life. Okay. And so if you're trying to get into the childcare business industry, which we're going to talk about today, if you're trying to start your childcare business, I have a full-blown step-by-step plan that will help you become licensed. We actually had our very first owner of the year, Miss April, out in Maryland, who became licensed this year. So, okay, that's what I do. But if you are stumbling upon my channel here, be sure that you subscribe and be sure that you hit that little bell so that you're notified of when I post up videos. Okay, did y'all like that? All right, y'all, let's hop into 5 childcare business components that you need to start, expand, or automate your childcare business. And before we do that, you guys know I still got some more good stuff coming your way. So this video today is sponsored by Ashley Benz Consulting and the Childcare Business Executive Team. Now, we are accepting new clients inside of our program, okay? And next week, we're going to be hosting an actual virtual open house week. You guys, you can try Ashley Benz Consulting absolutely free. And you're going to there's so much activities that we have going on next week, you guys. I am so excited about this. And everything that you're going to get access to is valued at over $2,000. So, but you're not going to pay that at all. Okay. You're going to get to come in and try out Ashley Benz Consulting for free. So I'll share more information about that at the end. Of course, there'll be links and things like that will leave for you at the end of that. Okay, so again, I'd like to invite you to share, like, and love this video, and then we're going to hop right in. So 5 components that you need to be able to start, expand, or automate your childcare business, okay, and to get the results. So the first thing that you're going to need is you are going to need what I call financing and business development. So financing and business development. So if you are starting, how are you funding your start? If you're expanding, how are you going to be funding that expansion or your automation project? Because these are projects, okay? These are business projects. And so you got to know how you're going to fund that. And then when it comes to the business development side of things, that's where we get into licensing. We get into the funding options. We get into, buying or building, location, finding the right location, because you just don't want to just plop your childcare business anywhere. You want to plop it in a place and plant your childcare business in a location that is going to be profitable. Now, if you're starting in your home, then there's different things that we do to be able to ensure that. But at the end of the day, location is very important. And also negotiating. So if you are someone that's actually looking for a center, you're going to be doing this in a commercial space. You got to know how to negotiate, deals and things like that, so that you are starting off on the right foot. Okay. The other thing is, okay, so that's component number one, financing and business development. Component number two is marketing and sales. Okay. So here's the thing. And we're talking about getting results. Here's the thing. Once you actually fund this project, once you fund your start, expansion, or your automation, and let me go back to that automation piece, because that also, you have to, there's funds that have to be, that you're going to have to automate. Not, and it depends on how you want to automate, how big you want your different automations to be. But nonetheless, if you're not running an automated childcare business and you decide you want to do one, you're going to have to make sure that you have the funds available to, make those things happen. So then that brings us to marketing and sales, because once you actually have put up the money to fund this project, okay, whether you're starting, expanding, or automating, how do you get yourself from not being in the red, right? Because you cannot operate, a business, we know that, in the red. And so the goal is to get in the green. Well, marketing and sales does that, right? And I mean, obviously we understand that, yes, we need the enrollments and we need those kids in, but what does that actually do? Well, that helps provide jobs. It helps to stabilize, employees coming in and teachers coming in and working for you. And it helps provide services to children and families. So marketing and sales is a component that you're going to need to be able to get the results of starting, expanding, or automating. Okay. And when it comes to the automation part of it, well, why do I need marketing and sales and automation? Well, because a part of automation is marketing and sales. Okay. Or vice versa, because you need a website, right? How are you going, what's going to be the way that, how do people find you, and how are you going to be effortlessly marketing and selling your services, okay, your childcare services. The third component is management, leadership, and I like to kind of bundle management and leadership and HR kind of all in one, because they tend to overlap a little bit. And so when we're talking about management and leadership and human resources, we're talking about recruitment, staff policy and handbooks. We're talking about compensation and benefits, and yes, if you are starting and all that, you may not be ready for that right now. But at the end of the day, you need to know, how can I compensate and provide benefits to my staff? What is there an option? Is there a way to do that as a small business? You also need to be able to provide what we call staff emotional and career needs. So what that means is that, staff have issues. They're people, right? And we want to make sure that there is someone there, okay, that can provide those emotional support for your staff members and their career needs. So whether you want to offer a growth plan for them within your childcare business, or sometimes you get those that are, maybe in college and they're just kind of passing through, or whatever the case is there, and they're not going to stay in this field forever. But you want to help them as well. You want to be able to be an employer that really cares about the people that work for you. And so really being able to provide what we call staff emotional support and career needs support is a game changer for you if you're trying to attract quality talent and quality talented teachers and staff coming in. Okay. The other thing is that, and if you're coming in, go ahead and say hello. Let me know that you can hear and see and all that good stuff. And let me know where you're coming in from. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave those down below as well. The other thing is staff development, because obviously you can't just bring teachers in and then they just kind of work the day to day. But no, we need to also, just like we have to develop the children, you do have to make sure that you're developing staff as well. Okay. The other the fourth component is that you're going to need automation and tech support. Okay. And so when we're talking about automation and tech, well, what are we talking about? We're talking about you're going to have an onboarding process for both your staff that are coming in and your families, right? You're going to have SOPs. And again, it doesn't matter whether you're starting, expanding, or you're trying to automate. It doesn't matter. These things have to be in place for you to get results. And that's what I'm talking about to you today, is getting results, right? Getting results. Are we getting results? Just like I said in the beginning, but just like we know how to get results for the children, okay? And let me just say this, y'all get plenty of that training out there. You guys know all about child development, but what's missing is that there's not enough information about business development, about developing yourself as a CEO. And so when we talk about automation and tech support, we're talking about onboarding processes, we're talking about SOPs, we're talking about office and admin procedures. Office and admin itself, the paperwork aspect of running a childcare business, if you do not have proper office and admin procedures, number one, you're going to run yourself raggedy. Number two, you are going to constantly be increasing yourself to not be in compliance, because we know that this is a business that requires a lot of documentation, a lot of files, children files, staff files, background checks. There's a lot of paper that comes into, running a childcare business. And so if you don't have really good office and admin procedures, you're really going to be setting yourself up for a lot of issues. Okay. Also, okay, with starting, expanding, and automating, and I'm checking down here to make sure that we don't have any comments or anything, but you are going to also need to be able to project manage. Okay. You're going to also need to be able to know how to run a CRM system, right? The CRM system, you guys, is so powerful. And a lot of childcare owners they've got their CRM systems up, but they're leaving so much money on the table because they don't have the proper automations in place to be able to get these families, when they sign up to your list or whatever that you have, they don't have a lot of automation in place to be able to grab them and say, this person needs this, or this family is looking for this, so let's send them here, or let's do that. And so CRM systems, okay. Office management, we talked about office admin, but then there has to be a manager that can do all those things, right? And then just overall admin support. So those are kind of some of the things that we deal with when it comes to automation and tech support. But again, this is what you need in place to be able to launch your childcare business if you're starting, to be able to launch an expanding your childcare. So whether you're going from a home to a center, or a center, or a multiple locations, you got to have these things in place. And then also, hang on, I was looking at my notes here because I am like in the groove right now. But yeah, I was going to say something else, but anyway, it'll come to me. The fifth component, and the very last one, and it is the one that is the reason why I am a big advocate of having automation and having these other components in place, is so that you can have a work-life balance. Okay. Now, here's the thing. There is no one in their right mind that wants to do all these things by themselves. Okay. The thing is that I was that person that was not in my right mind to try to do this all by myself. Right. And so, I did not have I didn't have the components in place, and I kind of pieced them together, and I was the one doing all these things. Okay. So I was the business development department. I was the marketing and sales. I was doing the child development, the staff. It was crazy, you guys. It's crazy. And a lot of you all that's exactly what you're doing. Okay. So one of my favorite quotes says, doing it all keeps you small. Okay. Now let me just say this. That is perfectly okay if that is your vision. If your vision is to, do this thing by yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. That everybody's, you're the business owner. So you get to call the shots. And if you say that, well, my vision is really not to run my business like that. Like I'm not really into thinking of it in that way, to thinking of it in the fact that, I have departments and I'm just going to kind of, run it as is or whatever, then that's okay. That is your vision for your business. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But at the end of the day, no matter what your vision is, no matter how small you are, if you're a home, or if you have 250 students that you can enroll in your childcare business, you are running departments. Just like Walmart has departments, just like, any other big company, Apple, Facebook, everybody, every business has to have these 5 components, which I'm going to go over as we wrap up here. And they are financing and business development if they're trying to grow, marketing and sales, management and leadership. You got to have, because you can't do it by yourself. You can't watch all the kids by yourself. So you're going to have people. You're going to have, and I said the HR, automation and tech. Guys, we're in a new phase. And so if you're not going towards automation and tech for your childcare business, what's going to happen is that it will eventually be customer driven, where the clients, and actually I was talking to some of my mentors that I talked to, and we were talking about how, at some point, every business will have to go this way, whether they want to or not, because it's going to end up being customer driven. And because of the millennials that we have, which are the ones that right now are really, making up the families that you're serving. This is what they want. Okay. They're not used to paper. They're used to clicking. They're used to getting it here. They're used to getting it quick. And if you can't provide a way for your clients to be able to have what I like to call an automation experience, you're going to get left behind, because again, this eventually automation, and it's already a little bit here, but y'all, we're just on the tip of the iceberg with this. This is the things that are coming our way. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the metaverse, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, y'all, like the Oculus. Okay. We bought Nova, our 6-year-old, and Santa Claus did. Oops. Santa Claus got her an Oculus for Christmas. Y'all, things are changing. Okay. And it will be customer driven. And if you don't start getting on this for your childcare business, they are going to go to the childcare program and businesses that stop this stuff. Okay. Point blank, period. So you guys know that I keep it real over here. And then of course we talked about the work-life balance. And again, at the end of the day, for you to be able to operate and get results, okay, you have to be able to operate at the highest version of yourself, from the highest version of yourself, okay? When you are not able to operate from the highest version of yourself, it's really hard for you to be innovative. It's, as a business owner, it is hard for you to really expand and grow and all those things. And so having a great work-life balance is honestly what is needed in this industry. A lot of owners they're not doing that. They don't know how to balance. And you know why? Because all these components that I just shared with you, which let's just go ahead and call them what they are, they're departments. All of these departments they're running all these departments by themselves, right? They may have one or two that help them out, but these one or two people are running all these departments by themselves. And most of them are not experts in that. Most of them are not experts in marketing sales. They're not experts in, customer relations and customer relation. They're not experts in those things. And so it just really makes it very difficult. Again, if you are joining here, feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know that you can, if you have any comments or anything like that about this video. So, okay. In conclusion, again, what we have are departments. And if you're trying to get results, you've got to get these set up correctly. Okay. If you're starting, it doesn't matter, but you're going to need all this. Okay. The first department that you're going to really be needing is the business development side of things, which is the licensing and all that. If you are expanding, then at this point, all these other things, you still need the financing, you still need the market, especially if you're expanding. Marketing and sales got to be on point, right? Management and leadership has to be on point, because you can't expand without adding on. If you're going to be adding on more children, you're going to need to be adding on more staff. So that's got to be on point. And your automation, your processes, your onboarding, your SOPs, all that stuff has got to be on point, you guys. And so in conclusion, you have departments. That's just what you have. And when I ran my childcare business, I had departments too, but it took me a long time to understand how to automate them. And this was back in 2010. And so now things have just really, really changed so much. And there is no way that I don't even know how I was running my childcare business the way I was before we automated. And so just so that you know, but I have ran a childcare business two ways. I have done one without automation, and I've done one with automation. And the difference between the two is night and day, and a lot of sleep. Okay. When you have a childcare business that's automated, you actually get to go sleep at night and be rested and be able to operate at the highest version of yourself. So that, again, is my specialty. And so as I close out today's video and kind of go back to what we're doing next week, because we are accepting new clients, the Ashley Benz Consulting and Childcare Business Executive Team, which I'm excited about, but we're accepting new clients, and we are going to help you install these corporate style departments, okay, within your childcare business, and you're going to have daily access to corporate experts. So everything I just mentioned, I am going to provide that to you. Ashley Benz Consulting will be providing that to you all under one roof. Okay. And we're going to support you. And our main focus is to make sure that you get some sleep at night during this process. Okay. Now, we're not saying that it's not going to be work to it. We're not saying that there is not going to be some long days, but what we are going to tell you is that our goal is to make sure that you are getting rest, okay? And that you are operating from the highest version of yourself, because we know that when you can operate from the highest version of you, then you are able to give the best quality care and services to children and families in your community. So it just all comes back to that. So, all right. That is all that I have for today. Thank you so much for joining. And be sure that you look in the comments. So when we get finished with this, you'll be able to look in the comments, and you'll be able to get on the wait list, because right now that's what's happening. Okay. So if you're ready to start, expand, or automate your childcare business within the next 12 months. Okay. If you are ready to do that. So that means you're not researching. Okay. So this is not for people that are researching. We have a whole slew of things within the community that can help you do that if you just want to research and kind of, get your feet wet. But if you are ready to start, expand, or automate your childcare business within the next 12 months, then we are ready to support you. And so what you want to do is that you need to get on the wait list. Now, the wait list will be closing soon as we start reviewing applications next week during our virtual open house. Okay. And so all the details are all explained. Once you join the wait list, then you're going to get an email that it gives you the entire rundown of open house, which is absolutely free. You're going to get access to be able to try Ashley Benz Consulting for free next week. But it's only to those on the wait list. We're not going to give this, I'm not going to let just everybody access this, okay? Only to those on the wait list. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm just so excited about this. And it looks like most of you guys are going to be watching the replay. So I typically go live at 11, and I think that typically works for everybody. But y'all, today, so because we're getting ready behind the scenes, I knew I was going to go live today, but I did not know when. We had a big 2-hour team meeting earlier this morning, and then I had to take a break and eat, and make sure that I rejuvenate myself from all that. And so I know that we did send out a post that, we're going live, but again, I wasn't for sure what time. And so I was able to hop in now. So here's also what you need to do. Okay. You need to turn on your notifications for this Facebook page. And if you're watching on YouTube, you need to turn on your notifications as well. But especially for Facebook, if you want to catch me live. And that's the reason why, because things are really getting busy for me. And so I know that Thursday will be my live day for the most part. But again, as far as what time, I'm trying to get back in a groove of things. And of course, after next week, we should be able to. But anyway, that's why you need to turn on your notifications. So if you don't know how to do that, I want you to reach out to Natalie at support. So just email us at support@ashleybenz.com, or you can go over to ashleybenz.com. And if you look in the bottom right of your screen, you're going to see a little thing where you can text us, but either text over to Natalie or email, and then she can help you figure out how to make sure your notifications are turned on if you don't know how to do that. So, okay, my friends, thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you on the wait list, and I hope to see you inside of our our virtual open house week next week. If you do have any questions or anything like that, be sure to leave those in the comments. If you're watching the replay, leave those in the comments. Go ahead and give this video some likes and hearts, and share this out, you guys, and turn your notifications on. And I will see you guys in the next one.